How Usyk takes over the heavyweight division. We break that down on the hot stove next. Please like and subscribe. Help us hit 10,000 subscribers. Leave us a comment. Welcome to another special edition of the hot stove. It's all set for the MGM Harbor in Maryland. Oleksandr Usyk will fight Carlos Takam in his debut as a heavyweight. The now former undisputed cruiserweight champ of the world is finally going to test the heavyweight division, stick his feet into the pool, taking on a good challenger in Carlos Takam. It's a good introduction fight. It's a good say hello to the heavyweight division fight. You know, Usyk is not going to be a real small heavyweight. I would imagine he's going to weigh about 220. I would think he comes in, so he's about 6'3", 220. Carlos Takam's going to be about 250, which is what he usually weighs. Takam's a good boxer, with decent pop. He should, if Takam can take him apart, if Takam wins this fight easily, then he's ready for the next step. It's going to come down to, either Usyk can take a shot from a heavyweight or he can't. We're going to find that out. Takam will hit him. Takam's a pro. Takam's a good puncher. A really skilled boxer. Former Olympian. Lots of skills. He's a quality heavyweight. He tested AJ in spots. He fought and dropped a very, very, very competitive and close decision to Joseph Parker, who's the heavyweight champ of the world. He's a skilled 250-pound heavyweight, is Takam. Usyk needs to beat him. Needs to beat him clearly. Needs to outbox him, and he needs to stand up to Takam's pop. Now, Takam isn't by any means the biggest puncher in the heavyweight division. He has a pretty good KO ratio. So he has some pop. He's not feather-fisted in there. And if Usyk can eat his shots and continue to outbox him, like Roy Jones Jr. did to Ruiz at the end of the first round. You go back to that fight when Roy Jones fought Ruiz. He hit a good shot at the end of the first round. Walked right through it and smiled at Ruiz and said, "Oh, I got you. I can take your shot." If Usyk can do that, Usyk will be fine. And I think Usyk will be, right? It was a bigger question when Roy Jones did it because Roy Jones made his professional debut at 154 pounds. Then he went up to 160 right after that. But Roy Jones was predominantly a middleweight, super middleweight. He was even small as a light heavyweight. They really bulked him up to go up to heavyweight. He was almost 200 pounds when he really shouldn't have been fighting at that weight. Which is why when he tried to come back down, there was considerable effects from bulking him up. Usyk's not small. Like I said, I would imagine Usyk's a big cruiserweight. I mean, they shrank him down to 200. Where they blew Roy Jones up to almost 200, they're shrinking Usyk down to 200 to fight at cruiserweight. He won't be that small. He'll be about the same weight. He'll probably outweigh Wilder. Think about that, right? Wilder said he could come down to cruiserweight, Deontay Wilder. So, again, he's not going to be big. He'll be on the smaller side, but he's not going to be some tiny little heavyweight. Usyk's a big dude, a strong dude. With his flexibility and his range and his punch output, he is a unique talent, something the heavyweight division has never seen before. We saw that he has power when he knocked out Blue. He didn't just knock out Blue. He dang near killed Blue. And Blue stood up to Hay, so I know Blue got knocked out by Stevenson, but Stevenson could punch too, So at 175, Stevenson had freakish power. So Usyk should have enough pop to make himself respectable. I'll say that, right? Well, you have to respect his pop. Well, you can't just walk right through it. You can get with his punch output, his flexibility, his range of motion, his hand speed, his footwork. He's going to be a tough customer. They aren't going to have to bulk him up. They can't bulk him up, right? So right now, Usyk can outbox Joshua and Wilder. With Fury, he can get on the inside and outwork him on the inside while boxing with him from the outside, right? So the way he would beat Fury is to box with him, the outside jab with him, get inside his jab, time his jab, and then outwork him on the inside. So you have to beat him on volume. So he has the skill set and the ability and a blueprint to beat all three of these fighters. He does. And I think that he can. I'm not saying he will become the undisputed heavyweight champ of the world. I'm saying two things. He will become a heavyweight champ of the world. He will be a heavyweight titleist. And he has the ability to beat all three of those guys. Ortiz would be a fun fight too. And if he beats the big three, he beats Ortiz or Dillian White or anything like that. So I think he can beat all the heavyweights. I think Joshua and Fury would be a big test for him. I think he schools Wilder. I think he embarrasses Wilder. I've done videos on that. I think it's a mismatch because Wilder doesn't have the ability to keep him off of him or to land on him. And I got into a big debate with Ness of the Boxing Voice on that. Usyk dominates Wilder. I mean, this is not difficult, fellas. Joshua, I think he can outbox Joshua. Joshua is not that flexible, right? He's not that. He's kind of mechanical. I mean, he's a really good boxer. He's got good skills, but there's something with him. He doesn't move that well. Fury moves really well. Fury doesn't have a whole bunch of power, and I think that he can get out. He can outwork Fury on the inside. I think he can beat all three. I think Joshua would be the biggest test, though. I really do, because Joshua is so much bigger and skilled, and powerful. But if they were to fight, I think I'd lean towards Usyk. And this is the Usyk that we're going to go with. This is not like Holyfield or Hay where they're going to build him up for 2 years, try to bulk him up, put 15 pounds on him of pure muscle, and make him into a big heavyweight. The Usyk that we see now, let's say he weighs 220, that's the Usyk that we're going with. Making him bigger and stronger. He's not going to be a bully as a heavyweight division. He's not. So that none of that's going to do anything. You're only going to take away from his flexibility, take away from his reflex, take away from his agility by bulking him up. And you don't want to do that because that's what makes him special. So you don't want to decrease his mobility and flexibility and reflexes. So this is what we're going with. You don't want to bulk him up. This is it. The cruiserweight version of Usyk is what we're going to see. We're going to see a cruiserweight Usyk fighting at heavyweight. Good thing he's a massive cruiserweight, but you're not going to see a big roided up massive version of Usyk, because that Usyk would be less equipped than the small Usyk at the heavyweight division, because he would lose some of his mobility, right? He's not going to go in there, even if you bulk him up, he's not going to go in there and crack like Wilder. He's not going to crack like AJ or Dillian White. He's not going to crack that way. He's not going to go in and knock these dudes out in exchanges and exchange with these guys and this and that. So the version of Usyk, it's not going to change. It's not like Holyfield. You know what I'm saying? Or David Hay. It's not that. So, it's probably for the best to get Usyk a title shot as soon as possible. I would, if I'm Eddie Hearn, I'd have him fight Takam. If he looks sensational, make that fight with AJ right away. Make it with AJ right away. Or Big Davey Miller, if Big Davey wins. But if Big Davey wins, obviously, you'd have a rematch. But I would look to make that fight as quickly as possible, as soon as possible with Usyk and Joshua. I think it's the best fight that can be made in division. I think we'll see that when he outclasses Takam and puts a beating on Takam, who's a good heavyweight. And I think Usyk could become the undisputed heavyweight champ of the world. Now that's going to take a lot of work. You're going to do a lot of things there. Things are going to have to come to fruition. Again, it's going to have to come from Eddie Hearn working with Deontay Wilder, unless someone can get Wilder's strap off him, and Wilder's not fighting Fury now, so Wilder's not going to lose his strap to Dominic Brazil. That's got a 0% chance of happening. But let's see, let's see Usyk. If I had to say just gut feeling, I don't have any resume of Usyk as a heavyweight to judge him by. But you asked me who I thought who would be the best heavyweight, who would win a heavyweight tournament, I'd pick Usyk. That's how skilled he is. That's how different his skill level is than everyone else's in that division. He will be a unique heavyweight. Have that kind of punch output, that kind of footwork, that kind of flexibility. But let me know what you guys think. I'm out of my mind with Usyk. Is he too small? I think they're going to bulk him up. Is that for better or for worse? But let me know what y'all think. Leave your thoughts, comments below. For the Hot Stove, this is 3D Boxing from Texas to the world. Signing off, saying thank you, and God bless.
Enjoy 3D Boxing vlog videos? Show us some love by clicking the like button. Don't miss a tweet, post, story, or video. 3dboxingvlog.com is also on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Hit the subscribe button now to stay inside the ring.